Okay, so I used the special foot massager that Josh had gotten me 3 times on Saturday because of how bad the stress was over where he works for people we know. And my toes had gotten to the point because of all the stress. My neuropathy was really bad, and I couldn't really move my toes. And so it does seem like that the massager says like to use it once a day. You're supposed to start off with like the lowest setting, and I'm not sure how long you're supposed to take to work, up to higher settings. But I used it 3 times that day, and when I turned it on, because usually I have Josh do that, get it all set for me, I accidentally set it on setting 2 instead of it being on 1. So it was stronger, and I used it 3 times instead of just once. But when we got home, when we get home, all this walking back and forth to get out to the van and back into the trailer and everything, it always bothers. When I'm on my feet, it seems like my legs are wanting to give out so much. They don't when I'm sitting, like if I'm driving or something, it's not an issue. Long as, because I keep it down to real small amounts at a time, but still. So my legs were wanting to give out and they were really bothering, but part of it was, just the fact that the stress, it makes everything worse anyway. So I'm not sure if it was just because of the stress and everything, or if it was because I used it 3 times in one day that my legs were bothering so much. But I am able to move my toes more now again, and so that's good. I did have Josh get it going for me the one time, and he was talking about when he was helping Kenny do some work, that there was a problem with the electrical, and I can't remember now what it was he said, but he got a shock. He didn't know that there was a problem and it was going to do that, and he got a shock. He got a tingle. He's okay. He's fine. It's been a little bit, but when he touched my foot massager, when he was getting it going, he's like, wow, that feels almost as bad as when I got the tingle. And it's like, seriously? He can feel it that much, and yet I have my feet on it. And at first, I wasn't even sure if it was going. But now I've used it a little bit more, and I can usually tell that it's going. But I don't feel it that much. When he's saying it's like a shock, I don't know. I know I have a lot of numbness because of the issues with the neuropathy. But that just kind of made me stop and think, wow, if it's that strong to him, it's really something that I don't feel it more. But the fact that I can feel my toes more again, I can move them more again, to me, that says that it is working. And so I'm hoping, keep using it, and that I don't know how much it'll work, especially with it being the off-brand. But it is making a difference because I can feel the difference and I can move my toes again. So it's something that I'm happy that he got it for me. I really appreciate it, and it couldn't have come at a better time, so that when I got so stressed, I was able to use that, and it helps for the circulation. And so definitely when we've got the money coming in better, like especially we get the channel going and get money coming in from this, I really would like to try the more expensive, the brand name, and see if it's basically the same or if it does better. But right now, for having this, I'm happy with what I've got, and I'm so grateful that I have it. But it's something that, if you've got a means to get a foot massager, I showed you what it looked like. I don't have it with me right this second. But maybe you could go ahead and use it and see if it'll help for your neuropathy. And I'm thinking that when I get the brand name, what I would like to do, well, maybe even with this, I'm thinking I might look and see if it's possible, if they have an affiliate program, and I could put the link in so that you guys could go ahead and get a good deal on it, and it could be helping you plus helping us so that we have a little bit more money coming in. Speaking of money coming in, I went ahead and I got so that I'm able to get the food stamps. Josh can't have any, which is ridiculous because he takes care of me and he can't work that much. It's just a little bit where I can go with him. So it's not like he's making huge amounts. It was like about $100 a month. And now that we're in warmer time, he's got where he does some mowing. Well, we had put in as if he was mowing it every week, how much he would make a month. And that would only be about $100 a month for that. So, but the mowing season has been so bad again this year that we've got one place that they only want it mowed once, like every 2, 3, possibly even 4 weeks. So not making a whole lot when you got to wait that long and you have to check it because they don't even have the decency to, let us know that, hey, it's getting tall, it needs to be done. But it got where, with what we had figured, he was going to be making about $300 a month during the warm weather. But that's only when the lawn is growing good and he can go ahead and mow every week. But for $300 a month, they all of a sudden have now where my Medicaid, I have to pay every time I go to the doctor, and it depends on how much he makes. Well, that's his money, and he's taking care of me, and he's not getting paid, which he should be. He was supposed to be. And he has to pay the bills and buy himself food. I mean, how can anybody, especially with inflation the way that it is, live on $300 a month for the, just the food and the bills and gas for the vehicle and any repairs? It's just not realistic. I don't understand why they've got, because it's me going to the doctor and I don't have any money coming in. So I don't understand that. I'm not real thrilled about it. Josh is not real thrilled either. But at least it's helping us to get through. But it's just the whole idea that he can barely pay all the bills and pay for gas and repairs and food for him to eat. And yet they're wanting more money to go out for paying doctor visits and stuff. When it's his money and it's me going to the doctor. And he's eating a lot of hot dogs and just ramen noodles, cheap food. That's not good. He needs to be able to eat some nicer food too, so he has not such, bad as far as cholesterol and all the bad stuff that you can have when you eat, I mean, I'm not saying he's got to have fancy smancy, but it's just ridiculous to work as much as he does and then barely be able to put food on the table. And I don't know about you, but when I eat something several times, like close together, I get kind of sick of it. So he's got to be getting sick of having hot dogs. But I appreciate that he's helping me and he's doing things like he is. And hopefully we get this channel going, get the money coming in good, then I can help make up for everything that's going on right now. I mean, it's not my fault. It's not my fault that witch T-boned us. But I still feel bad, and I do so appreciate everything he's doing, that he's taking care of me, because there's a lot of times I feel like I'm a burden. I've never felt like this. I've always worked. I mean, even when I didn't work a job, I worked inside the house in the yard and took care of Josh and everything. I just don't understand it, how I have to go through this. And yeah, like Josh says, it might be just so that I can explain to you guys that I do understand what you're going through with a lot of this stuff. But I could understand without actually having to be like this, But at least with the foot massager and how it's helped so I can actually move my toes again, I'd say there's a hope in sight that hopefully things will be better. And, and I came across, it's a special watch, and Josh wants to get it for me, of course, with the way the money situation is. I don't know how soon that's going to happen. But it actually will test your glucose levels just by you wearing it, and it has a laser thing that you can set up for it to do treatments, which are actually supposed to heal your pancreas and get it working better again. And I don't know if it works, but I figure if we got the money to do so, it'd be really nice to try it, to try and work on getting back to how I used to be. But anyway, so if you know anything about that special watch, if you know that it works or whatever, but even if some people say that it doesn't work for them, I still would like to try it because everybody is different. And who knows, maybe it would be something that mine might work, but maybe yours has got a little defect or something. Who knows? But anyway, so everybody take care, and I will talk to you later.